Welcome everyone to our regular Saturday morning 7K Hawaii Ohana team training. It's our advanced training, and we're going to deal with some advanced subjects this morning. I was asked a question earlier this morning in my 10 a.m. training session Central Standard Time. Why do I refer to 7K being the Amazon gold and silver, and where did it come from? Well, it was back in about 2019, where I was on a leaders conference call with Richard Wayne Hansen, co-founder, my sponsor, and he's always asking, what do you think, and things like that, and he asked me at that particular time, why do I feel that 7K is such a great opportunity? And so Richard kind of fell in love with the statement. But I said, Richard, 7K is going to be the Amazon of the gold and silver market to the world. They're going to do to the gold and silver market globally what Amazon did to the retail market. He said, well, what do you mean? And I said, well, Amazon came on about 27 years ago. Jeff Bezos. I actually remember that conversation. I was actually watching that news release. And when he came on and said, hey, look, we're going to bring a whole new way of selling books online. We're going to sell books online at discount, and we're going to do it different, and we're not even going to make a profit. Don't expect to make a profit for it, maybe at least 10 years. And everybody kind of laughed at that time, .com company. But it was a statement that he uttered right after that. And he said, this is just the beginning of what we're going to do in the retail market, because we're going to venture into the all avenues of retail, and we're going to change the way retail is done, and we will not expect to make a profit, at least in the first 10 years or more. And I had a big guttural laugh. You ever laugh so hard in your gut that you can't start, it almost, you lose your breath. And so did everyone else. But who had the last laugh? Because Amazon basically put the majority of small bookstores out of business everywhere. I mean, like flies, they were dropping. And really only one major, two, still exist today. And I don't know how long they're going to exist. But more importantly, when they went into electronics the next, all those little electronic stores, all the different names, they had all kind of different franchises of them. The only one that is left is probably Best Buy. And they have certainly a reduce of what they used to be many years ago. They put all those out of business. And then when they started into everything else, they put Kmart out of business. They put Montgomery Ward's out of business. But when everybody caught their attention, when they put Sears out of business, the stalwart in retail, over 100 years old, they put them out of business. They almost put Walmart out of business. Had Walmart not made a huge chain they shut down many of their stores to consolidate. Then they got big time online, spent tens of millions of dollars and more to get into the online business to stay competitive. So that's what I mean. See, by 7K becoming the Amazon of the gold and silver market. Because see, as many of you know, I've been in gold and silver for over 30 plus years. And I know all the major players, dealt with all the major players over the more than a decade. And you know, you got the brokers that advertise all that stuff on TV and just spend millions of dollars and take advantage of poor, unsuspecting people that don't know, think they're getting a good deal. They pay way overpriced for gold and silver. Take them decades to even, you know, get the price back that they can even break even. And then most of the time they sell them on highly marked up. And I'm talking about highly, 200-300% on graded coins that they shouldn't be buying. And so a lot of people get many misperceptions about the numismatic world and graded coin as a result of many experiences and of that. But here's what I saw. You know, I got paid big time bucks by top corporate. Now, I mean, you look it up. BASF is the second largest chemical company in the world. And I work with them, and I work for Ethel Albemarle. What I did is I developed markets all around the world. My job was to see 10, 15 years in advance what other people didn't see. And I was really good at that. I'm still good at it, to be honest with you. I don't mean to brag. It's just, that's a gift that God gave me. I don't know where it came from. It's just there. And that's why I converted a US-based company, mainly Ethel, into Ethel Albemarle, who became a global supplier. They supply to chemical companies and to refineries and to Sony and Matsushita and Toyota and Mercedes. And that's what we did. That's why people didn't know the name. But we made all the ingredients. Like we made the purest polysilicon in the world you make chips with. People don't know that. We developed the technology, we sold it, and all the chips are made from it. It displaced the old style. We make all the components that keep your computers and your phones from catching fire, called flame retardants, integrated into the plastics and into your circuit boards. And so, you know, I had to know all that technology because we had very few competitors, but we had to globalize our market because we were only in the US. And I was the one that developed 3 separate divisions as the company globalized. That's why I had no life. I was always traveling all around the globe. That's why network marketing went in and entered my life in 91. And y'all know the rest of the story. And if you don't know my story, you need to have somebody, you know, share it with you, because I always share it in a text to anyone that joins our team or anyone I give a welcome call to. And so, and it's on a lot of my recordings. What I see in 7K. When 7K first started, November of 2016, just kind of like a pilot, you know, that's what everybody always says, you're in pre-marketing. Okay. And so, and it was, Richard and I, really the only ones that understood a binary or left-right team concept. And the other founders never did a binary and had no concept of what a binary was like. They always did multi-level. Their whole experience, all their success, were in multi-marketing companies. And they come from that industry. And that's one of the real major reasons, and you can see it and hear it all the time in Roger Ball. He wanted to make a difference in the network marketing, multi-level marketing industry. He wanted where just the very beginning people that got in at the very beginning and stay and hook and promote, and they end up, they're the only ones that making the big, huge megabucks. And that's the way, the facts of life, that is the truth. Very few don't in those companies. That's why I switched from a $2.8 billion company that I did part-time and almost 2 years full-time. It only got up to $10,000 a month. And that was 2/3 of the salary I quit when I resigned from the corporate world in '94 to do network marketing full-time. So I looked for a better timing, and gold and silver binary hit me right in the face in 1996. In a few short years, at the young age of 48, I was totally debt-free because of a binary gold and silver company with highest price gold and silver in the world. The company we had sold it for the highest price in the marketplace. Now you get that. But I put together a system and a teaching system, teach people how they could earn gold and silver, earn extra income, accumulate wealth, and change their lives if they were willing to learn how. And it didn't matter if they did other deals, I didn't care. And neither did the company. Because we recognize you need stuff put on your face. You need stuff put on your hair. And if you want to buy from a network marketing company, go ahead. But you need gold and silver. And if they got a problem with you doing it, it's their problem, not your problem. You need gold and silver. Everybody knows that. And at the young age of 52, I had enough money to live off of for the rest of my life, if I was a good steward of what God gave me. And trust me, I worked hard at doing that. That's why I kept buying more gold and silver and did not risk our money anymore after the dot-com crash. And then my try at recovering it, quick. No more to that story. So what did I see in 7K? When I joined 7K, I saw them with a very simple concept. You know, you could buy gold and silver and get a membership. And I understood the membership model of Costco and Sam's. I understood already myself. I didn't have to. I'm the one that told them. I said, hey, look, you want to know where Costco makes all their money? Just Google it. Number of annual memberships, number of memberships, Costco globally. Go ahead, Google it, and then multiply it times $100. They don't make hardly any money on the stuff they sell in the store. Their whole goal is to do a little bit better and break even. They sell good stuff. It's not necessarily at the lowest price. They make the money on the memberships and the renewals every year. So the membership model is a proven new way of doing business. And then if you pay people with a referral comp plan that really rewards people, and the company doesn't try to keep all the bucks like all network marketing companies do. That's the history of them. The owners and the very, very, very beginning people are the one that make all the money. Everybody else just makes a little extra and gets their products free. And that's well and good. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just so happened to say, hey, I needed more money. I didn't want to go back to work in the corporate world. So I looked for a better opportunity for me to put most of my efforts in. Oh, by the way, we still get a news gen check. We still use the products. That's why my beautiful wife looks so young. I really believed in the products she does too. It'd be hard to switch her off of them, I'll tell you. It was hard for me to switch her off the products I had. She was on to get her even try them. But I understand that whole way of doing business. But everyone needs gold and silver. Today it's advertised for us. Today you got everybody in the world saying you need gold and silver, of anybody with any business acumen. Now, of course, the investors and and the people selling you stocks, bonds, annuity, they don't want you to buy it. And believe it or not, you know, the whole economic community doesn't want you to buy it either. They want you to stay in the system where they make money off of you. See, when you buy gold and silver, they don't make any money off of you. And when you gain and sell it, even the government doesn't make any money off of you if you're buying the right ones at the right and selling the right ones. And we teach you that in 7K. See, that's what I saw in 7K, an opportunity that they can get a membership and buy gold and silver bullion at dealer direct cost. That's cool. And then it could earn a little extra income by telling other people. And a great model. And then the product, like any network marketing company, you got to buy a product. You know, when you buy the Silver Eagle MS70, that's what 7K started with, just a generic Silver Eagle. And yes, you could find it cheaper elsewhere. That's okay. But they won't pay any money if you buy it over there. And how you know you're getting a real one, authentic one? You better be buying it from a real certified, you better be buying it from a rating company like NGC or PCSG. Or AppMax, who is a dealer and pretty much has the I've never seen them sell a fake. Or one of the real reputable wholesalers today. But you just go out on the internet and buy it, you're guaranteed you're going to get a fake. Yeah, unfortunately. But see, that's not going to happen with 7K because they only buy from the dealer, buys from US Mint, and only buy from their mints. Or and everything they have is graded by NGC or PCSG. So it's already certified and titled and guaranteed like an automobile title. So I looked at that and said, fabulous concept. I get to teach people and get paid what I was doing for free for the last 15 years, that they need to own gold and silver bullion and start making asset collections. And if you want to earn an income, just like any other product, it's not so that MS70 collectible products are not sold at the cost that 7K gets them. They can't pay you and me a commission on it if it is. So that's understandable. But here's the concept. You're buying a product of wealth, of value, that's going to gain value with proven historical fact in time, and you're not buying a whole bunch of those, you're buying one a month. And so that's why it's incumbent on you to learn the $1.2 million mistake and what it means. It means simply as I teach, it means that if you always have been taught to take $100, $200, a 5%, 10%, stick it over in a mutual fund, in your IRA, 401k, let it grow, and then you'll have enough money to retire on and have some security in retirement. Hockey, that's propaganda, brainwashing stuff. If you listen to any of my trainings, the $1.2 million mistake tells you the facts. If you'd have bought that Silver Eagle at $105 since 1986, one a month, you'd have put away about $50,000. Well, if you'd have done that in any mutual fund over that same time period, you'd be lucky to have 100 grand or 200 grand. You'd have had picked the right one, because I've been in that stock market over that period of time. I've got all the experience in the world of the ups and the downs and the busts and the flats and the no returns and all that. You'd had been one of those very fortunate ones, to the very few that would have come out with maybe the 400 grand. But that's only 400 grand, putting away about 50,000 over that period of time and getting 400 grand, doing it through the paper approach. But a lot of risk in that, tons of risk. Well, how about the alternative, the $1.2 billion mistake? 7K set up an auto shipper. So you don't have to think about it. You just put it on automatic. We'll teach you about numismatic coins if you're willing to learn. MS-70 coin, generic, meaning any production, anytime it's done, maybe one of the less than 5% per year, but we don't know which ones are the most valuable ones. Maybe it's like 1999, where there was less than, 1.2% ended up MS-70. Out of the whole production. Well, you never know until about 2 years after the production year. You don't know how many. That's why you buy one a month. It's kind of like dollar cost averaging. Ever heard of those things? Okay. And so that was the concept this company started on, and I caught that real quick. And that's what I tried to teach people. Okay. And we did real well at that concept and got people buying that and handling the objection. Oh, we can find that stuff cheaper everywhere else. But they aren't going to pay you any money for it. And are you buying it right now? The only reason you learned about it is because we told you about it, and you're going to learn a whole bunch more. And you can't get bullion at dealer cost. So product of value is the membership. Residual incomes from renewals and people buying that product every month, just like in any other thing. Except this time is different. You don't consume your product. You don't sell it in a garage sale. You save it. You hold it. It's your diversification asset. Your bullion is the money you're going to spend. This, you're not. Now, you'll have to get my training I did earlier, and it will be recorded, so you have the full detail on it. So why did I say that 7K is going to become the Amazon of the gold and silver market globally? Well, that's how we started. And, everybody sold that MS-70 Silver Eagle, even Coin Shopping Network. And they sold it for 129, and we sold it for 100. We sell it for 105. And they were the largest retailer of the MS-70 in the world, Coin Shopping Network. You can still see them on TV. They're still selling the MS-70. Well, something happened. In that first year, 7K became the largest single retailer of MS-70s in the world. That caught Mint's attention. That caught the grading company's attention. The people of importance in the industry started asking, who is this 7K metals? Well, they started coming to 7K. Something significant happened for the first time in history. And if you'll notice right now, every coin, by the way, that's the state series Hawaii coin, huh? Every MS-70 coin that 7K sells, Eagle, has the 7K logo on it, and right there is the NGC logo. PCSG and NGC, you just look them up, Google them. Their whole business is nothing but rating coins. Their whole business depends on reputation. They have never let a direct selling or any kind of selling company put their logo on a coin with that company's logo. Never, ever in the whole history. NGC allowed it. And now, if you notice, 4.5 years later, every coin 7K has the NGC logo and the 7K logo. And look, oh yeah, we're one of those old network marketing, one of those pyramid scams, one of those MLMs, right? No, you learn to do this, what I taught my group. I guess NGC doesn't know how to research a company. Oh, obviously that's not true. They know how to do it much better than an individual that has this opinion about 7K calling it an MLM. We're not even an MLM company. We're a 22nd century way of doing business. What Roger Ball his whole intent, he wanted to make a difference in the network marketing industry, change its image, and 7K is doing that. We're a member direct marketing company. And if anybody, you correct them like I do. No, we're not network marketing. Yeah, everybody's networking, even traditional business. Even when I was in, everybody networks. Every business networks. Politics networks. Everybody networks. But we're not an MLM company. Now, we are a direct selling company. We fall under those same rules, regulations, and laws as direct selling. But we're a member direct marketing company. That's the type of direct selling company we are. We're the 22nd century way of doing network marketing. And it's because of our compensation plan. It's because no one else ever paid out the opportunity for people 20 years from now with a business family pack like I teach to also make 1.95 million residual if they build it out for the rest of their lives too. That's what I saw. Why did I see that? Well, not only did they become the #1 retailer, then we got the NGC logo on. Then next, I was, part of helping put together this comp plan with Josh. I mean, Richard had the basics in the very beginning, very basics, starting it out. And then I got on their advisory board and I had developed this current comp plan way back in 1999. But Josh and them, they're the co-founders. I'm not. I'm just, but I was on the advisory board and I helped Josh and the programming, modify and go through their modifications to get to where we are. And that comp plan is the comp plan that makes the difference, because you have bank, you hold volume, no other company, you carry over, no other company does that. And you build an infinite team on the left, an infinite team on the right. And if you just sponsor one person on the left, one person on the right, you can earn a $500 check for the rest of your life. And that no one does that in network marketing. Just look at all the direct selling. And all they're doing is buying a product of wealth every month. And we can teach that. Then I have to change their personal care products or whatever to do that. Everybody needs this, even if they're doing something else. That's why we have so many company presidents and other leaders that are members of it. They may not be they may not show up at a meeting, but they're members of this. I mean, they understand, hey, they can get positioned and buy products. And if something ever happens to their company, but they got a half a team built. Now that's vision, that's understanding. You guys and gals just don't know how many people there are like that in our company. You don't know how many presidents of other network marketing companies that are members of our company, but they're a president operating another network marketing company. But we can't tell their name. We can't tell people about that. That would be ridiculous. And we wouldn't want to. I know 2 of them personally myself, but I'll never utter their name. Smart people. They want to buy gold and silver, and they love these unique products that 7K has. You can't buy them anywhere else in the world. They understand sets, subsets. They understand diversification. They understand all this stuff. Hey, and they're out there competing with us on these coin drops to get these real unique coins during coin drops, like the Babylon. Yeah. That and how unique and rare. There were only 555 of those in the whole world. That is a proof 70 coin. I got one on the coin drop. Do I want to sell it? Absolutely not. Maybe my grandchildren might sell it, but I'll guarantee you they're going to get a ton for it when they do. So what did I see? Well, being on the advisory board, also with them as part of the field, I saw how my income was growing, just as the team grew left and right. I mean, I didn't set out to make a ton of money in this. I just set out to help people. And then that's the story, left and right, help a person over here. You help, look, let me just sum up the compensation plan. You don't even have to personally sponsor, but if you got 4, let's say 5 people on your left team, anywhere down in that left team, and they don't have to be making mega bucks, but they get up to making what, $500 a week. If that happens on your left team, anywhere down on that left team, a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 5 years from now, doesn't matter when, but they're only making $500 a week. That's 500 points on each side coming up to your left team. If you got 5 of them doing that, that's 5,000 a week coming up to your left team. And if you got 5 of them on that right team, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 5 years from now, making $500 extra a week, as they accumulate wealth, grow wealth, that's another 5,000 coming up. You better be a goal, because if you're not, if you're just an associate, you can only make $500 a week. But that's okay. That's your incentive. If you're a copper, you can make $1,000 a week because you got the point. If you're a bronze, you can make $2,000 a week. That's a 6-figure income. If you're a gold like me, hey, you can make that $5,000 a week because you can make up to $7,000. And when that grows the next year, hey, hello, now you're at $7,000. Or you can get like me and you can waste a lot of volume because I got about 12,000 coming up this week. But all I can make is 7,000. Now I got 400 and something thousand on the other side. But that's how it happens. It didn't start out that way with me. And it didn't start out that way. Look at all the people in Hawaii, just 5 months. Just look at the kind of income so many people are making. And they're buying gold and silver. They're accumulating products of wealth. Learn to tell the story. Now I'm recording this to help you tell the story to your new people that get in and don't understand. Okay? It's a training. So what did I see? I saw that they were going to have a private vault. You know, it takes years to certify to be a class 3 certified London Gold Exchange private vault. It takes years to build them. Well, that was coming. Wow. I've been using private vaults for almost a decade. They got lots of others all over the country. They got them in the globe, elsewhere in the globe. But we get a membership benefit. We get to store 25,000 of our portfolio for free. Nobody else does that. That's part of the membership value. And then they charge the lowest fees to store it. Secure, insured. Poof. Man, everybody else that I dealt with for years charged anywhere from 0.75% to 1.5% of your value. And you had to have a lot in there to get to 0.5%. In other words, you only had a little. I mean, they're going to charge you to 1.5%. It was kind of volume related. Well, wow, I said, that's cool. But having a digital wallet where you're inside a secure account, that's a game changer. Now, many of you have heard me say this on many of my training, that the Sound Money wallet is a game changer. And it is, because it allows anyone to afford owning gold and silver for the first time in their lives, no matter what income bracket they're in, no matter what their income is. They can buy fractional gold and silver, $10 a week, $10 a month, $100 a month. It doesn't matter. They can buy it. When it accumulates to 1 ounce, they can have it shipped to them. It's stored there for free while they're doing it. You tell me that's not affordable gold and silver. Are they going to, did I see they're going to change the gold and silver world from that old advertising and market? You bet your bippy I saw that. Because that's my knowledge, that's my experience, that's my background, that's my education, chemical engineering and MBA, remember? And then I applied it successfully in one of the most competitive hard knocks world in the world, the Fortune top 50 companies. And I was one of the 1% earners in America at that time. That's pretty cool. That says, hey, you know, conversation is what a lot of people have, but documentation, as Richard says, beats conversation. And I don't mean to tell you this in a braggadocious way. I'm your partner. I mean to tell you this because I know what I'm talking about. And I got a lot of credentials to back up what I'm saying. And then we start having all the mints in the world knocking down the doors of 7K, wanting to do business with them, wanting to do that. And then NGC, Miles Standish, the most recognized person in the entire numismatic world. That's a $4.2 billion market too, by the way, numismatic. And we're changing that whole marketplace. Making a exclusive agreement with coins he's worked on for years, decades, designing, thinking, and about ready to produce. And he does an exclusive deal with 7K. Hey, in the business world, that speaks volumes. And you and I are going to be able to really use that in the next few years in the ways that I teach you. I'm beginning right now in this training. And then they're getting every coin we have now, and you have to see the recording I did earlier where I talked specifically about coins, okay? We don't have an MS-70 generic coin anymore. We got a specific exclusive coin that only 7K. There is no comparable price out there. None. And somebody can't go look and say, I can get it cheaper somewhere else. That is a bald-faced lie. This is the Hawaii coin. There are only 7,000 of them made. So if you don't get one, you won't have one at $105. You're going to have to buy it from somebody that's got one if you want a Hawaii coin. And believe me, I'm not selling mine for $105. I'm not selling mine for $200. I'm not selling mine for $300. And I got a few extra. And I'm sorry if you need one. That is not being a bad teammate, because there are a lot of people who don't have one that want one. I'm putting mine together in sets because the set of 50 is a subset of subsets, unique and rare. And that set of 50 becomes extremely valuable, more valuable than any one individual coin. Oh, that's one of that collection the $1.2 million mistake. And each one of you, go to your 7K Wealth Systems app right now after this training and slide that over in the follow-up section. Slide that little thing over and preview that video yourself. It's about less than 3 minutes, $1.2 million mistake. You need to do that. And then we now have the state variety series. We're even more limited than any other coin. And there are no comparisons. There are no, I can get this coin somewhere else. That's a fake if they can, especially if they can get it lower in price. It's a fake because 7K gets these exclusively made for them by the CIT Mint. And it's a country's currency, just like the eagle is. Just like the maple leaf is the country's currency for Canada, just like the Britannica's currency for the UK, and so forth. And so exclusive, unique. And the most of any one of these coins, the one I have in my hands, Washington, that's the Orica, and it's only 7,777 of them made, and there won't be any more. But the Montana was less than 2,000. We paid $139 for it. You try and buy a Montana for less than $500 right now. You'll be lucky if you find somebody to sell it to you for $500 to complete your section. I know of no things that make that kind of, I know of nothing else that I could safely put my money in. But I don't even want to sell my Montanas. I don't want to sell my Idahos, which were a little less than 2,000. No, a little more than 2,027, I think, of those in Idaho. That was the Idaho Appaloosa. That was the very first coin. They just didn't have enough that graded out to be MS-70 of the Montanas. There won't be any more. So as a total set of 50, the Montana is the limiting factor. That limits the number of total sets that can be out there. But each individual coin is going to have value anyway. And then the brand new specialty gold coin is the only coin we have. It's unique and rare only for 7K. And there's only 5,000 of each one of those states in the gold series. And gold is harder to make an MS-70, get many of them to turn out to be, because it's a softer metal. And then, you know, you get coins like this, like that Black Panther. And I know the coin through this computer doesn't really show what it looks, but if you see up close and personal, that 2-ounce Black Panther coin, those eyes shining at you, it shows a little bit better because that's what it really looks like in person as a picture. There's only 888 of these in the world. And we got them. We got first shot to buy them. I bought one. I wish I'd have bought more because the last of them's in the contest right now. What's going on? On and on about product. So what did I see? I see a company that's debt-free, paid all the money back. It's a company that got started in a marketplace that hardly anybody can enter. And they got dealer direct pricing. So yeah, it took a person like Roger Ball. You have to have millions and millions and millions of guaranteed purchases that you're going to put up to be able to get a dealer direct cost without being a dealer. And so the great thing about it is the company's paid back all of Roger's money, paid back, and I knew that at the time I made that statement. And now they've got their own global headquarters, and now they've got the vault done, and now they got sound money wallet technology. I mean, just the humming and improving and integrating with all the other banks in the world in their technologies to make transfers like from bank to sound money wallet. And then you got stack and sell. Learn about stack and sell. This is your way. If you want to market products, if you want to market, that gives you the mark, because it's going to interface with the whole global $4.2 million numismatic world. It's going to be what Jeff Bezos did to the bookstores. See, right now, there's very few of those certified, guaranteed certified, titled numismatic companies that say that give you that certification, guaranteed. Stack and Sell does that to its buyers. And you don't even have to interrelate. Yeah, you'll pay a commission to have them sold, but you don't deal with the seller. I mean, you don't deal with the buyer. You know, and the Stack and Sell does all of that in between process for you. You just list it and you pay the commission to sell it. And you receive the funds in your sound money wallet. Pretty powerful. And that's brand new. And most new members don't even know about this yet. And I kind of gave a little demonstration on that. So what did I see? I saw a company that was integrating and building in a manner of what we call manageable growth. That's what I saw in terms of big business development and growth. In other words, network marketing is the most efficient, effective form of advertising and marketing that exists. They only pay a commission when a sale happens. Hello. So you don't have waste of millions and millions of dollars in those television, radio, newspaper, print, magazines, and advertisement that the brokers like Lear Capital, Rosalind Capital, Blanchard and Company, Gold Line, and on. Those are brokers. And they sell at a very inflated price because they have to recover all those millions of dollars. But what if 7K would have advertised? What if they'd have started their business that way? What if they'd advertised? They had 1 million sales, calling in, making orders, where they couldn't have done what they've done because they would have faltered. They wouldn't have been able to supply all the people because, number one, they wouldn't have had the funds to procure so much. And they'd have to hire this huge distribution staff, customer service staff, all that ahead of time. And that's kind of risky because gold and silver goes up and down. We all see that every day. And when wholesalers like the current online ones that came into place, like Kitco, like JM Bullion, like AppMex, the dealers started selling, the ones that I've shown that we're better at pricing them than they are over time. Now you have these supply interruptions where it kind of makes things out of interruption, but that's just temporary. But the thing is, we provide the highest buyback price. I know that by far. And if you buy it, you want to sell it sometime, especially bullion, because you might need some cash. You don't want to keep it in paper. You want to keep it in bullion. And so, yeah, incremental purchasing, you can teach people to accumulate and protect their wealth and earn some income, then get 1099 benefit, and then they get the 7K advantage, 7K getaway. They get all these other added benefits that if you really learn how to use them, your products are free, your membership's free by the savings that you get, either tax savings, 1099 write-offs, or the 7K advantage or getaways. Wow, powerful. So it's us learning how to use that and having the vision. And you can use my vision if you don't understand it yet, or if you don't believe it yet, but you will, because it's happening. And now we're open in the UK, and we're open in Singapore, and we're open in the US, the 3 major markets, gold and silver in the world. And so now you, in your Sound Money wallet, you can buy 24/7. You don't have to wait till market hours. You can buy anytime, 24/7. I bought it 2 o'clock in the morning in the Sound Money wallet, and I just got to leave it up there. That's pretty cool. I like that. I don't want everything shipped to my house. You got to be kidding me. Everybody know it have it. That's why I use private vaults. I can't wait to move the rest into 7K when my contracts are up. Anyway, another story, another time. That's what I see, and I hope you see what I see, because see, we're open in all 50 states, always have been from day one. Every one of the U.S. protectorates, Guam, the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and all the rest of them. And we're open in 3 of the hardest countries in the world to open up a direct selling company. Canada for more than 18 months now. The UK for about 9 months now, about 9, maybe 8, 7. We're opened in Singapore for about 6 months now. You just look up the laws of advertising, promoting network marketing companies in Singapore. Very difficult company to open up. We're open up because it's a financial hit. So it's the UK. We need to be open where the gold and silver markets are. They're already positioning. Now they're positioning for global expansion growth, along with the rest of the growth in the mainland United States and all 50 states. Alaska and Hawaii is kind of little, got a little reach, but we with Zoom we can put everybody together, and we can put the world together as we grow and educate and communicate between ourselves. Well, I hope you see what I see, that 7K will be a generational multi-billion-dollar industry, and you're right at the prefaces of a huge global expansion. We're about to be 5 years old. We've got a solid foundation, and we're about to have global growth. So just imagine you're going to have a team that goes infinity on the left and a team on infinity on the right, and you can get paid on anything that happens in that, and they bank and they carry over volume, leadership points, loyalty points. You need to learn what all these are. And I just did another short review training on that, and I posted it on our band app. You can go through the band app and go through history if you're new and get all my training. Just go back to the beginning, start watching, and just come up, and you're just as knowledgeable as the people who've been in there for 5 months. And if you're new and you're not in Hawaii, you can do the same thing, because I gave Hawaii the beginning training and bringing them up. And that's why this is advanced training. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I know your time is very valuable, but I mean, this is one of the most important things for your financial survival, your family, and for your future. And so I hope you watch it as many times as necessary for you to believe as I believe, and many of us do, and that you can reap the financial rewards and benefits of building a legacy. And I hope you do what I did back in the 90s and what's occurring with me right now with 7K again. But it wasn't my intent to do. My intent, after we started making a 6-figure income in May of 2019, where that group had grown left and right, and for us, it turned into more than a 6-figure income. And I saw how big this company is going to be global. Maybe in a few months, 75, but I knew what I had to do. I had to go and search and find in each leg leaders, future leaders of this company. And, I look at people 60 and below, they got plenty of years of leadership. people that are in their 40s, they're the future leaders, the long term. So those of you in between like me, you're going to help me find those leaders, do what I'm doing, because you'll build yourself a family legacy too. Because what I searched to do, it didn't matter if I sponsored them or not, but those willing to work, wanting to do this, coachable, teachable, and following my system and doing what I teach, and not having all these objections and questions, because quite frankly, I don't have time for that. I'm looking for people who will learn how to believe. And I found one in one leg, and he's a gold executive off on his own, doing his own thing right now. Because what? He already knows. He knows how. He's got skills, attitudes, and techniques. And he's making tons more money he ever made. I found another one. Another. I got Hawaii, got tons of leaders there. And that's another leg. I got several leaders in that leg now. And so, and they're developing leaders in that leg. So there's 2 legs, root legs. Okay. So that secures one, that you can build up to 12,500 a week. That's what you can get it, in time. That's pretty powerful. Then if you got a business family pack like I teach, then you come in like I'm doing with my wife. I mean, we got leaders on her leg. We have a common leg together, and then she got another root leg on hers. And so we're developing those leaders right there. And then when we do that hers can grow to 12,500. That's what our comp plan says. And we got plenty of time to do it, plenty of companies to open up in, and for that to happen. And it can happen to you too, if only you believe and you start working and applying my system and teaching my system, because my system works. I've done it 3 times. This is the 3rd time. You show me another $1 million per year earner in network marketing, like I have been and am, that their system and techniques has worked 3 independent times for them. You won't find, I'm going to tell you right now, you will not find them. You're going to find these people that made it big, and they make their money now by teaching systems, selling you their training system, selling you their books, and that's how they make their money. And about 30 or 40% of what's in their books and training system is not true. They did not build their business that way. I built my business the way I teach on those 7 pieces of paper, and as you learn my system. And you can easily duplicate that. I appreciate you. Love each and every one of you. Can't wait to see you on the beaches of the world, or at all the 7K getaways. We hadn't missed one. We don't plan on missing one. And we look forward to meeting you personally if we already haven't, and seeing you at all the 7K events as this company becomes a global giant, and it will. And you have a global business somewhere on your left and somewhere on your right. You're 5 people removed from everyone else in the world. And we all know that's a proven fact. Thank you again for your time and attention. I hope this helps you, and I hope it helps your team as you teach them and use this as a training tool too. Thank you so much. I meant to stop the